Gentlemen, game 1 of O7 versus KSC. For the side of O7, we've got Ragnar, Marceau, Gearing, Salem, Napoli, Worcester, Moskva, Kremlin, and St. Vincent. For the side of KSC, we've got Gearing, 52, Grozovoy, Harugamo, Moskva, Minnow, Petro, Ohio, and Vermont, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see where they're going to put these ships.
Not because we claim freedom, but because we practice it.
So, we're seeing the team split up. We're going to give them a couple minutes, let them adjust, and go from there. Now, as we split, we're seeing a KSC hard push over towards the side of A. Harugamo, Minnow, Vermont, and Gearing over there. Z52 heading to B, and I love seeing Z52s for these caps. And then Grozovoy, Moskva, Ohio to C, and it looks like the Petro is going to support the Z52. We'll keep an eye on that, see how well it goes for them, ladies and gentlemen. And watch. For the side of O7, looks like we're getting a very aggressive push over towards the side of C. But the Z52 has been spotted briefly. Shots were out. No hits onto him. Z52 going to get into the gap and sit there because that is his safe space. Tunican Sam seems to be in a good spot to dodge these torps that have been dropped. Grozovoy looking like he wants to take C for rated Shogun. We'll keep an eye out. And then this hard push. And interesting that the Minnow's going out wide here. Minnow going out wide here. He'll have the smoke of a Gearing and he'll have a Harugamo smoke there to support him. Nothing pushing A yet. And obviously the Minnow is a radar Minnow because it wouldn't make sense for it to be anything but a radar Minnow. Petro does radar. They find the Ragnar. Ragnar took a chunk there. Used a heal. Believe he took a torp there. Down to 20,000. Tunican Sam in not a good spot. And KSC looking to capitalize early. Try to get as much off that Ragnar as possible. Give themselves as much advantage as possible. Aussie Floop's now backing up and in to get B. He'll have to deal with the radar of the Salem. They know the Salem was there. I don't know if they still know he's there. It's Ace Baby moving forward. And shots out on him, though the shots are not going to hit. Radar from the Ragnar. They will spot Aussie Floops. Aussie Floops moves forward to try to dodge. Has shots coming in from a Salem. Salem shots will miss. Ragnar shots out are just going to miss him. But first cap does go to KSC. They have taken the cap of C, ladies and gentlemen. And they are pushing into A and B. Now with A, the Worcester spotted the Gearing of Cowboy. Cowboy took a big hit, 4,500 health left. He is hurt and he can't push it anymore. He's going to have to just be smoking up. Now the Worcester looking for the dodge line. Looks like he's got the dodge line, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to back out, but using both his hydro and his radar at the same time. Overall, a little bit of a health lead, about 30k, most of which is the damage on that Gearing to the side of O7. But KSC's got a 40-point lead and climbing. Little bit of a hit there onto the Z52 of Aussie Floops. Grass-fed, trying to keep him blocked off. And the gearing of Mad Dog found gearing getting smacked, down about 7,000 health, down to 15,000. He gets out of the spotting, takes another hit, DCP in use, taking another big hit. He's down to 11,000, and that'll give them a slight advantage back. Cowboy's still worse off, but Mad Dog down to under 10,000 health. The Minnow doing work there. A finally being secured by the side of KSC. And every time Aussie Floops tries to peek out to take B, he's just getting stopped by the Salem that's saying, oh, you can detect me? I shoot where I think you are. Chunk off of the St. Vincent, 14k from the Vermont. Siberian Dog dropping Torps. They've got A. C is being taken now because of the kite back from the Grosvoy, Ohio. They'll see the take, but I don't believe they have any shots. And the Salem now spotted. We'll see if the Vermont tries to go for a hit on him. Nope. Goes for the Marceau. He will hit the Marceau, and that'll reset the cap. They're not going to leave the cap because the radar's already over, but a couple shots in, and the Marceau does take a surprisingly large salvo there, down to 5,000 health to just over 20k. Gearing of Mad Dog, pushing around. Wooster of Oxymoron, also pushing forward. Shots out from the Vermont onto, I'm going to assume, the Wooster. Those 457s hurt if they hit right, and there's a 16k chunk onto the Wooster. He's going to heal up, but it's not... Actually, no, it doesn't look like he took a Citadel there. I thought he did for a second, but he didn't. One cap to each team, so the points lead is going to sit at 150. And 7 minutes into the game, it's still very much neck and neck. Health, 10,000 difference between the teams. Points, 150 in favor of KSC, but that's not... That is made up in 1 or 2 kills. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as we go in and we look at this, I mean, it's still a very quiet game. We're seeing some position jockeying. The team of KSC starting to move through the A-cap and look to advance. They got the Harugumo that smoked up, or the gearing that smoked up the Minnow, and they can always have the Harugumo do a second smoke line if they want, but they're pushing forward, trying to force back the enemy team. We see this push, though. Here's the executed push from O7 coming. They've moved the Marceau and the Kremlin into a very aggressive position up here in the middle of the islands next to B. It's going to be a hard place to get them out of, and they're going to be able to do a lot of work. But the problem comes with the fact that right now, their Moskva is absolutely getting smacked in the face. Grozovoy has the smoke up. He is going to be radared, which will be a 30-second spot, but John the Ruthless down to 19,000. Ohio of Danny Love's potentially going to take a big chunk here. Here comes the heal in a second, but shots are in, down to 12,000, down under 10,000, 3 fires now, even with the heal, still ticking down, and now just holding even right now until the DCP in 5 seconds. 6,400 health. We'll see if he pops the DCP. He's choosing not to, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to get out of there alive. And now with 1 fire off him, it'll give him some extra time. Down to 4,000 health, though. Does the Ohio get the kill right here? Shots are in, just down to 3,600. They get him down, and they've got him at under 4,000, but he's trying to get out of there. DCP's already been used. Oh, and the gearing of Mad Dog goes down to Harugumo Torp, and then Jean the Ruthless goes down to the fire. Those gearing Torps, even though Cowboy was knocked low, really effective, and it's 2 kills, and suddenly a 350-point lead for KSC, and now they're in the driver's seat. And the Harugumo just opening up on the St. Vincent, trying to harass him as he pushes forward. Torps are still a danger for the St. Vincent. I don't know if he remembered these Torps were coming, because if this Torp has angle, he's taking it. And ladies and gentlemen, the St. Vincent, he's going to take the Torp, instant DCP, but down to 54,000 health. Can't heal any more than that. And that's big. Uh-oh, Wooster. Oh, Oxymoron just barely dodges that Torp. But Siberian Dog just open water gunboating the St. Vincent. The St. Vincent can't do anything about it, because he can't heal anymore. Right now. Here comes the Wooster starting to open up on the Hugamo, but now the Hugamo says, you know what? Gearing's out of smoke. I sit in smoke, and now we just farm. Wait for the fire. Hugamo trying to get the fire on the St. Vincent. St. Vincent down to 39,000. 44 seconds to the heal. And that St. Vincent is charging. There's a fire. That'll bring him under 30k. Shots from downtown only bring him down to 23k, but now he's trying to turn out, and ladies and gentlemen, with that minnow there, they is going to be not long for this world. It's Ace going down. That'll be a third kill, and 750 points for the side of KSC. They are up by 400 plus points, and they get the Napoli of BFK on the flank. It is 4-0 on ships, ladies and gentlemen. They're up by 100,000 and 500 plus points. This game is looking very, very challenging for O7. Shots onto the Salem only get about 7k. They are going to lose the Vermont here. But the question is, does the Vermont heal get him far enough to ram the Kremlin? Kremlin trying to back up. Marceau is spotted as well. So they know that they're going to lose the Vermont. Because that's just unfortunately going to be it. And they get the Wooster. They get the Wooster on the flank. The Vermont does go down finally, ladies and gentlemen, but they get the Wooster on the flank, and a 10k hit onto the Ragnar of Tunacan. KSC has O7's number this game, it seems like. 5-1, 800 points plus for the side of KSC, and they are looking to close out those last ships. Shells across through the gap. In on the Kremlin. Oh, he's lucky it's no more damage than that. Marceau down to 6,400. The Petro backs off, but now the Grozovoy has free reign to go into C, and ladies and gentlemen, that'll mean that it'll be 2 caps ticking for the side of KSC. They're only 4 minutes away. It's going to be less than 3 minutes, though, with when they take C. And O7 desperately trying to finish off Ataki Hiyoshi so they have a chance to pull this out. Shots out from the Petro onto the Salem. Salem takes a little bit of chunk damage. Shells over the island, in on the Kremlin, bring the Kremlin down to 82,000. It's not enough though yet. They do get the cap, that'll tick them up, but it won't be enough with just that. And now the Z-52, he's sitting, he's waiting for this Kremlin. Here's the Kremlin. Kremlin gonna be forced to turn in. He's not going to take those Torps. Aussie Floops knows that, as well as Peyton knows that. But it forces the Kremlin to slow down. And primes him in as a target, except these shells are going to be a little off for the Minnow from downrange. But the Minnow now looking towards a grass-fed. And the Minnow just whittling him down. 6 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. Salem down to 32,000, being focused hard. Grozovoy and Ragnar find each other. Grozovoy definitely has the advantage. He has a heal as well, but he has way more health, and he has the support fire. Ragnar, down to 8,200, has not used the DCP yet. Shells in, down to 7,000. He's getting good damage on the Grozovoy, but the Grozovoy is responding back in kind. 8,000 left on the Ragnar. Now the Grozovoy is losing this fight, and Radon needs to be doing a lot better if KSC wants to win this fight. Grozovoy smokes up, but he's down to 800. Uh-oh. That's a big, big chunk he takes. And the Grozovoy goes down to the Ragnar. That'll grant a little more time to the side of O7 as they start to look. And now that Z-52 is in, Z-52 is going to go down to the Marceau, but he takes out the Kremlin. Still 3-ship advantage and 130,000 health advantage for the side of KSC. And the shots from the Moskva delete the Ragnar, ladies and gentlemen. 4 ships. KSC is over 900 points, and they are looking primed to take this game and set themselves up to be 1 game away from going to grand finals. Boom Diada spotted here in the mid. He's under the radar of the Moskva. Minnow trying to hit him. Shells are just not finding him. Marceau does go dark. Shots continue to go out. A couple hits. Blind fire from the Petro. Petro doesn't have a radar left. It's down to 4.5 minutes. And the focus then goes on to the Salem of Grassfed. Grassfed does have a heal left, but in the face of such daka, what can he do? Boom Diada spotted. Shells out are going to just miss. Down to 23,000 for Grassfed. Boom Diada goes down, and that's the kill, ladies and gentlemen. And your winner, taking game 1 and setting themselves up to be 1 game away from winning the series, is KSC.